You might not remember December 22nd, 2017 as a particularly notable day, but I will always remember it as the day the world first saw Donald Trump's redesigned presidential challenge coin. Now, if you are unfamiliar with challenge coins, that's okay. I'm here to help. I have a whole story about them coming up, but a lot of people on Twitter know I know about challenge coins and that I care about them deeply. In fact, if you didn't serve in the military, there's a good chance you learned about challenge coins for the first time from my other podcast, 99% Invisible. 99% Invisible actually has its own challenge coin, so does Radiotopia. My association with challenge coins is strong, and because of that, I was forwarded the December 22nd Washington Post article about Trump's garishly over-the-top challenge coin by about 9,000 people. So Elizabeth Joe's out of town. I'm still recovering from Christmas and tons of end-of-year business. So on today's TrumpCon Law, I want to play you the original 99% Invisible story about challenge coins. It'll be fun. Let's do it. This is What Trump Can Teach Us About Con Law, an ongoing series of indefinite length where we usually take Trump tweets and use them to learn about the Constitution. But today, we're taking Trump's norm-breaking challenge coin and examining a cool military tradition that is generally hidden from the general public. Our friendly neighborhood law professor, Elizabeth Joe, is off this week, but I am still your fellow student and host, Roman Mars. Are you hiring? Every business needs great people and a better way to find them. Something better than posting your job online and just praying for the right people to see it. ZipRecruiter revolutionized hiring. Their technology finds great candidates for you. It learns what you're looking for, identifies people with the right experience, and invites them to apply to your job. Right now, my listeners can try it for free at ziprecruiter.com/conlaw. That's ziprecruiter.com/conlaw. ZipRecruiter. The smartest way to hire. This is 99% Invisible. I'm Roman Mars. I once went to a small business and tech conference in San Francisco, and among all the people hobnobbing in hoodies or khakis, a man emerged in full military attire. Dark green uniform with ribbons on his chest and tiny pins all perfectly affixed. Crew cut, whole 9 yards. He was a Marine lieutenant colonel, and he was by far the most interesting person in the room. I was just glued to him. Anyway, as we parted ways, he handed me this coin-like thing. I mean, it was bigger than a coin. It was about 1.5 inches in diameter, ornately decorated with the icon of the lieutenant colonel's unit, and heavier than anything I'd care to keep in my wallet. I felt incredibly honored, but I didn't know what it was or what the hell I was supposed to do with it.
I also got a coin-like thing. It was from a tour guide at the Pentagon. I asked him what it was, and he was like, it's just something we do.
Producer Avery Trufelman.
I told my housemate, Ben, about my coin, and he was like, oh yeah, I have one of those. It was my grandfather's.
Here it is.
I woke Ben up before I came to work, so we sound really sleepy.
So his coin is from the 101st Airborne. It's got the 101st Airborne insignia, and shows a couple of the places that they fought. Vietnam, World War II. On the back it says Rendezvous with Destiny, which is their motto, their creed, I don't know.
Did he ever tell you, about this?
I actually never met him. This is the only thing that I have of his.
Avery and I figured out that these coins are called challenge coins.
And they are coins, but they're not currency. And they're not quite metals. Challenge coins are something different.
Everything that I say here today is my own personal opinion and does not necessarily reflect the position of the Marine Corps.
Roger that. Carrie Fosher is not in the Marines.
She is a cultural anthropologist at Marine Corps University. She's encountered challenge coins many times throughout her career.
I would imagine that except for the brand new people coming in, everybody will know that they exist. The degree to which they are used varies a great deal.
This can depend on which military branch you serve in and your rank, but it goes further than that.
There are so many different uses, so many different kinds of things that the coins can symbolize, depending on the context in which you're looking at them or somebody is giving them.
Carrie says that one of the meanings of the coins is made apparent in the act of giving or exchanging them. The coins are literal tokens of gratitude, of appreciation, or love, or sympathy. They are a powerful and tangible form of connection within an institution that is not known for being very touchy-feely.
It can be difficult in certain contexts to express emotion, especially if it's across the ranks. And I do think that the coins are used in that way, as a physical symbol of affection or gratitude.
So across ranks, people might be given a coin for a job well done, because there are only so many ways to show appreciation within the military.
You can't give a person a raise, you can't give them a promotion. At least you can give them that symbolic indicator of our feelings about the work that you're doing.
But of course, as Avery and I learned, these coins are occasionally given out to civilians.
Most of the time, I would give a coin just to say thank you for, helping me out.
That's Chris McGrath. He's a chief petty officer in the Navy.
And I collect and trade challenge coins.
Chris says he gives coins out to coworkers, old friends, anyone who does him a solid.
And for that reason, you end up finding these coins in places where you would not expect to find any connection to the military. Like in the hands of wimpy podcasters like us.
And the coins are a way to establish relationships outside of the institution.
When these coins get sent out, they're a physical reminder of both the fact that the military is there, but perhaps more importantly, that it's not some faceless, monolithic structure sitting in the Pentagon. There are human beings involved, and they are human beings who can develop a professional or personal relationship with somebody outside the military.
When I received my coin from the Pentagon tour guide, he just kind of unceremoniously handed it to me. But within the military, when a sailor or a soldier or a pilot or a Marine gives a coin, they don't just hand it over. There's a traditional handshake.
Of course there is.
The handshake is used whenever someone is transferring one of the coins over, and essentially you have the coin, sitting in the palm of your hand.
And then, with the coin in your palm, you firmly grasp the hand of the person you want to give the coin to.
And then you both flip your hands over so it ends up in their hand.
Chris has an amazing collection of challenge coins. Some don't look like regular coins at all.
I've got one here shaped like a ninja star. I've got another one shaped like kind of like a crown. This one is it's shaped like a cougar profile view, but the teeth are open, and you can actually use it as a bottle opener.
The bottle opener could actually be quite practical, because in addition to being gifts and heirlooms and tokens of appreciation, challenge coins are used to play a drinking game. And if you're in possession of a coin, you can be in on the game.
Jordan Haynes, a veteran of the Air Force, plays like this.
If I was at a bar, I would have the coin in my pocket, and if I felt, emboldened, I would pull a coin out of my pocket and I would throw it down on the bar, or I might tap it.
And maybe holler out, "Coin check!"
And all his buddies and crew members would take out their coins.
We expect them to reply with their coin doing the same thing. So now you've got all this craziness going on because people are slamming their coins down and yelling out "coin check."
Coin check!
And they go down the line, and each person pulls out their coin.
Hopefully what happens is somebody doesn't have their coin. And if they don't have their coin, then boom.
The person without their coin buys everyone a drink.
But the person who does the coin check is liable for a round of drinks if everybody does have their coin.
So starting the coin check is also a gamble. And not all of the branches of the military are into the drinking game.
I will say that I have not seen Marines initiate that kind of game. They would certainly participate if somebody from another service did that.
But those who play the game are in it to win it. Some have their coins on them, always.
That little useless coin pocket you have in your jeans, I've actually found a use for it, and it's for my challenge coin.
You got to be on your toes, if you're in a shower, take your coin with you. If you're out running, whatever you're doing, you carry the coin with you. You could be coin right here in the studio.
As far as the history of challenge coins, there's sort of an apocryphal story that traces them back to World War I, when an American Army officer supposedly had some special coins minted for his men. And then one of those men was captured by French soldiers who mistook him for a German, and then he used his coin to prove that he was an American.
So the coins have also always been about identity.
They do tell a story about how the unit or the organization wants to be perceived. What do they think are the most important things that they can communicate about themselves to an outside audience in a graphic form?
And since identity in the military has a lot to do with hierarchy, there is also a hierarchy with challenge coins.
As you move up through the ranks, the challenge coins become more essentially valuable because they're harder to get. It's harder to get a Chief of Naval Operations coin. It's even harder to get a Secretary of the Navy coin. It's incredibly hard to get a presidential coin.
Yes, the president has a coin. There's a really lovely video of Obama giving his coin to a woman who lost her brother in Afghanistan.
And the military isn't the only institution to use challenge coins, although they were the first. Now some police departments make coins and some fire departments. NASA gets coins minted, sports teams have coins. Jimmy Buffett has a coin.
Jimmy Buffett, the singer, yeah.
That's Jordan Haynes again. He's the one who told us about the drinking game.
A lot of these performers, if they're doing a USO tour, they'll have their coin with them in return to whoever presents them a coin.
In addition to being a collector of coins, Jordan is actually in the business of making coins. He's made over 3 million of them, including Jimmy Buffett's.
I am the founder and CEO of CoinForce.com.
CoinForce is one of the private mints that designs and manufactures challenge coins.
I'm holding a coin that I brought with me to the studio, a diamond-shaped coin that we made for astronaut Lindgren. It's got his name on it, translucent. It's like just super awesome coin. My God, we do awesome work.
You don't have to be a president or an astronaut or Jimmy Buffett. You too can have a coin. You can design your own and then just go online and order it. That's basically what the military does.
Most of the time, a unit gets together and talks about what they want on their coin and then gathers the money for it themselves.
So we're not using taxpayer dollars. It's all by our own, for our own. So we are fundraising internally, or we're doing car washes.
Because coins are not in the budget, there's no set procedure for making them, and no rules, which means the design process is very informal.
9 times out of 10 in the Navy, someone takes that sketch and they use clip art and put it into PowerPoint and then send it off to the manufacturer.
PowerPoint. Microsoft PowerPoint.
PowerPoint is installed on every government computer, and it's, for us, it's free.
And then Jordan at CoinForce, or whoever the manufacturer is, will take that mock-up and finish a final design on real professional-grade software.
A design studio does not use PowerPoint to design a challenge coin.
Oh, that's a relief.
The individual coins take on a whole new meaning when a bunch are displayed together. And a lot of military folks make elaborate displays or even custom furniture to show off their collection.
Of course, some displays are much simpler. In Clinton's presidential portrait, he's posing in front of his collection of challenge coins, and they're in a simple wooden display.
But these coin displays are not like a flashy show of achievement at all.
It becomes less a display of look at me and more a display of a lot of long, quiet, hard work over the course of decades.
The coins show all the professional and personal relationships established over the course of a career. So if you're in the Army and have coins from the Air Force in your collection, it shows that you've collaborated across military branches, which can be really hard to do. The coins are physical proof of hard-fought relationships.
To me, the coins are full of interesting contradiction. They're a combination of gravitas and tradition with levity and joy. Like my friend Ben, if he wanted, could go take that heirloom of his grandfather's time in World War II in Vietnam and go win a beer with it.
You might not do those two things with the same coin. Some people might, but that's just one of the lovely contradictions that you find all over military life.
In a world as regulated and rigorous as that of the United States military, the coins have this fluid quality about them. There are different coin check rules for different branches. The coin's use and popularity varies. The history doesn't have a set telling. The design doesn't have set rules.
There is obviously a very regimented, very structured, very rule-bound aspect to the military, but challenge coins and a lot of other things that are routine parts of daily military life mitigate that structure.
Challenge coins are a reminder of the human elements of the massive U.S. military. A reminder that some servicemen constantly carry.
I've been coin checked at airports. I've been coin checked at trade shows. I've been coin checked everywhere. Now my home's off limits. Don't be like crawling up my balcony at 3 a.m. to do a coin check on me on my property. But you catch me outside of my property, then, game on.
There's no way I'm climbing up on that dude's balcony at 3 a.m. This episode of 99% Invisible was produced by Avery Trufelman with Katie Mingle, Sam Greenspan, and me, Roman Mars. Since literally thousands of you asked, I'm going to tell you what I think of the Donald Trump challenge coin right after this. So it turns out it isn't just constitutional norms that Trump likes to break. He also likes to break the norms of taste and good design and tradition. The new Trump challenge coin dispenses with the presidential seal and replaces it with a similar looking eagle image, but the head of the eagle is pointed in the opposite direction for some reason. And it has Donald Trump's signature across the bottom. And instead of E pluribus unum, it says, "Make America Great Again." Then it says Donald Trump again on a ribbon that extends below the traditional circle of the coin. The coin is twice as thick as the most recent presidential challenge coins, and instead of the muted colors, befitting a dignified office, this coin is gold, a very, very cheap looking gold. So in terms of taste, I consider the coin an impeachable offense, and I will draw up the articles of impeachment myself. Just give me a call. However, I also must consider this from a design perspective. And the key question in design is, does the thing do what it was designed to do? And in that sense, one could argue that the Donald Trump challenge coin is perfectly designed. It completely reflects the taste and style of Trump and his presidency in every way. It is in your face and untraditional. I find it unbelievably ugly and tacky, and I don't like the ribbon protruding from the bottom of the circle, but it's kind of fitting because, the man himself wears this wide, shiny tie and it comes down way too low. So much like the red MAGA hats that became icons, which I found so terrible, it does its job. And in a way, you have to admire it. And, nope, I can't do it. It's awful. Burn it all down. That's it. Oh, God. Oh, God. Happy New Year, everybody. TrumpCon Law is produced by Elizabeth Joe and me, Roman Mars. You can find us online at TrumpConLaw.com, on Facebook and Twitter. The music in TrumpCon Law is provided by Doomtree Records, the Midwest hip-hop collective. The music in the Challenge Coin episode of 99PI is listed out on the 99PI website. You can find out all about Doomtree Records, get merch, and learn about current tours at doomtree.net. We are a proud member of Radiotopia from PRX, supported by the Knight Foundation and donors who are listeners just like you. We'll be back with a traditional TrumpCon Law episode next time. Happy New Year. Also from Radiotopia, Ear Hustle. It might possibly be the only podcast that matters. Stories of day-to-day life inside San Quentin State Prison, produced and shared by those living it. Season 2 is just starting out, and it's all about firsts. Like the first time your mom visits you in prison.
I took a lot of deep breaths. I try to choreograph my hug, because I haven't hugged my mom in a long time, but in the cell. But
wait, how did you practice? How did you choreograph a hug?
So I didn't know, because I haven't hugged someone in a long time. Maybe by then it was 13 years, right? So I didn't know if my hand goes around her shoulder, or her neck. I didn't know if it went diagonally, 2 45-degree angles. And then I was like, you know what? I let her lead. This is your mom, right? This is my mom. And I don't know how to hug my mom. So I was nervous about that type of stuff.
Did you actually practice hugging somebody else?
No.
Just my
cellie wasn't up for that, no.
Subscribe to Ear Hustle now. Find out more at earhustlesq.com or radiotopia.fm. Thanks to AdZerk for providing their ad-serving platform to Radiotopia. Radiotopia.
From PRX.